if that man if he says okay or stays silent, then he allows the judge to leave. Listen, in law, when she comes back and sits down, that whole arguing process starts all over.
Jail.
You have already contempted this place.
No, I told you I
fraud
would if
you're
you
trying
didn't
to
quit
get done
talking.
here. These are the living witnesses to what you're trying to do.
Very
You
good.
are trying to create a fictitious fraudulent action. You are trying to bilk the Federal Reserve by
Sir.
securitizing in all caps commercialized name
Sir.
and
Would you
notifying
remove
them
him from the
that
courtroom?
they are standing in debt now. If you touch me, you will violate natural law. Do not come near me. I am
Then
protected
shush,
by the land.
shush.
Do not tell me to shut up. I
I
am the living natural man, and my voice will be heard. That is the Jolly Roger. That thing you call the American flag with the gold fringe around it is the Jolly Roger, and you are acting as one of his privateers.
Okay, you're here on charge of arrest.
I'm here by
arrest.
special visitation.
Right. And you're
I've
here
never let
on
you get away with
obstructing
this.
a
You bet
police
I'm here.
officer. To each charge, could be up to a $500 fine, up to 6 months in jail.
I do not understand any charges. I only understand universal law and the right to live.
Well, you
To
pled
live
not
at peace
guilty.
and to live as I need to.
You pled not guilty in this
I
court.
never plead. Animals plead. Sound like bah, oink oink.
I have a paper with your signature on it, sir.
It says prime evidence standing right through it. You bring forward all natural
Right.
forms of evidence that I'm not prime evidence. I am the living soil. The dirt, the water, and the air has its own voice, does it not? It all supports
Sir?
forms of life, does it not? I am a part of that life. I am not your corporate fiction.
Sir,
Do not danger me.
you're here today on an omnibus hearing. You've already pled not
I am
guilty.
here by special visitation to see to it that you do not tainter my natural living man's name.
Are you prepared
That's
to
why
tell
I'm
the
here.
court if you wish to go to trial on this matter?
This is a trial. Tell
No,
me it's
this
not.
isn't a trial.
Here's my
This is
jury
an
of my
omnibus
peers.
hearing, sir.
You cannot produce a jury of my peers because all juries are selected from a pool of registered voters, and the instant a person registers to vote, their natural ability as a peer to comprehend natural law has been dissolved and turned into fiction. There cannot be raised a jury of my peers. It cannot be done.
Excuse me for just a moment.
No way. Get back here and finish this. Hey, get back here and finish this. The judge has left the courtroom. There you go.
Yeah,
There is nobody in this courtroom.
Yeah.
The judge has
Yeah.
walked out.
the judge will walk down,
I
everybody up
said
and
no
out.
excuse.
Everybody up and out,
I'm not letting you
up and
walk
out.
through the room.
Up and out, up and out. Follow the man.
Thank you.
She can start all over and say, you're here because of resisting arrest and fishing without a license. And then he has to say, I'm here by special appearance. And then she says, you're being charged with this. And then he has to say it again. I do not understand any charges. That whole song and dance that we watched would start over. But when she says, excuse me, and gets up and leaves the bench, it's called abandoning ship. He who leaves the battlefield first loses. That was a war that we witnessed. But if he says, no, get back here, and he does not excuse her, then she walked out, she surrendered. And then you see her and the police officer that he said, don't touch me, don't come near me, or you violate natural law. Journey's Wake, welcome. So when we see this happen, and then he gets up and his living witnesses, listen, when you register to vote, you acquiesce your ability and your rights to stand up the way that man did. You are no longer counted as a living man. You have entered into Caesar's court system as a dead thing. That's why it's so important. But do you see the power the living has? When you see him walk down that hallway to go outside, where's the judge? Where's the police officer? Standing up against the wall. This is real life. But what I'm getting at is imagine the people who don't have the experience or the confidence or whatever it takes for you to stand up, the knowledge, to do what that man did. And they say, there's a shot that's mandatory. You have to take it. I want to paint a picture for you. I'm not prophesying. I'm not telling you this is going to happen, but I'm giving you an example of how subtle and deceptive Satan could be. We're in the final moments at the end of the Bible. These things coming up, we are underestimating. I am underestimating what's coming. Don't get it twisted. Listen, imagine they say it's mandatory and they start using these quarantine centers, these camps, and they start rounding people up. Now imagine people being in a cell and they say, okay, all you have to do is take this. We're switching over. It's the Great Reset. All you have to do is take your chip, vaccine, whatever. We'll deposit $4,000 to your account, and you can leave. But for the safety of everyone else, you have to stay here, or you take the shot. The money's put immediately on your digital bank account, and then you're free to leave. But for the safety of everyone, you need to stay here and be quarantined because of the second wave or whatever it is.
Ah, the government. It loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your straw man. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You will have even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, is created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So, there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw man. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it, all spun from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under our authority?" Oops-a-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government. Did you know that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with? That's right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Registered your car? Super! Now you are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your, straw man's taxes. Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate. Then they can start the process all over again and create a new straw man for your little one. Isn't that great? So when Junior grows up, he'll be able to generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate, your child becomes a ward of state, and if the government doesn't like what you're doing, they'll assume it's okay to take the child away, or make new rules for things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shouting too loudly? Then it's off to social services for the little one. When you get a bill, it's sent to you, but belongs to your straw man, not you. That's why bills, fines, and summons start with Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Sometimes you'll see your surname in capitals, just like on a gravestone. That's because your straw man is dead, and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your straw man, so you, the human, take on any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the straw man. The human you doesn't even need to pay them. But you made a contract with the court by appearing on behalf of your legal personality or straw man, just like the government knew you would. Confused? Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you'd stop paying things like council tax and parking tickets. Because when you go to court, you are representing your straw man. You are you, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your straw man, or legal personality, is a piece of paper created from your birth certificate. And you think it's you. What a silly Billy. Would you like to know more? Well then go over to tpuc.org. Get up, get informed, and get real.